From News 3 Now, this is breaking news.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 5. I'm Arman Rahman.
And I'm Maddie Heimsch. We are following breaking news out of eastern Wisconsin with police giving an update just a bit ago on the search for Elijah Vu.
Police saying today the human remains found over this past weekend were those of Elijah. You'll remember it was in February when the 3-year-old went missing. Following that, his mother Katrina Bauer and her boyfriend Jesse Vang were arrested. The last major discovery in the case came in March when a blanket belonging to Elijah was found north of Manitowoc.
And in today's update, again, Two Rivers Police now saying the human remains found on a private property over the weekend were identified as the missing 3-year-old. Here's Two Rivers Police Chief Ben Miner speaking to the local media.
This is not the outcome that we hoped for. The family's devastated, we're devastated, our community's devastated. I never met Elijah, but I watched that 3-year-old boy bring out the best in this community.
Two Rivers Police today also thanked the public for their concern and interest in finding Elijah.
Be sure to stay with News 3 Now and channel3000.com for the latest on this breaking news. You can do this by downloading our free news app. It's available right now in the App Store and on Google Play. Now to our other top story of the day. We are now just 52 days away from the 2024 presidential election. And if you're paying attention, you have undoubtedly noticed, like we have, that Wisconsin is a big part of the strategy employed by both parties' campaigns.
That's right. Former President Donald Trump, for example, has been to the state 6 times. And since taking the VP nomination in Milwaukee, his running mate J.D. Vance has been here 6 times as well.
And as for the Democrats, Vice President Kamala Harris has visited the Badger State 3 times since the DNC. Her running mate Tim Walz has been here 3 times as well. In total, the candidates at the top of the ticket have visited Wisconsin 18 times since taking their party's nominations.
And for his 4th time, just finishing up a speech in Wausau. That's where we find our Braden Ross with the message Walz is hoping Wisconsin voters will take away. Braden.
Yeah, you guys are right. Battleground Wisconsin is absolutely correct. Both of these candidates have been here a million times, it feels like, at this point, and that's exactly what Tim Walz was doing here today, visiting Wausau and rallying supporters and volunteers here. This was kind of the main event, was to really support the volunteers that have been out here working hard in Wisconsin, in Battleground Wisconsin, to help Kamala Harris and Tim Walz make it to the White House again this November. Now, in his speech today, Walz touched on many of the top campaign issues that we've heard from the Harris-Walz ticket, from IVF and fertility treatments to democracy. And you might be wondering, why come to Wausau when it's fairly conservative? Well, Walz addressed that too.
That if it were about having the best ideas, we'd win every damn election. But unfortunately, the best ideas don't always get over the finish line. So that's where you come in. This is taking that energy, taking that new way forward, taking that vision, lifting up that leader who was there with grace and dignity and vision and intelligence and kindness and compassion, lifting her up, taking that energy and turning it into voter contact and then turning it into ballots at the ballot box. That's our job. That's our job.
Now, Walz also talked about his visit to a Ukrainian bakery here in Wausau, saying his U.S. support for Ukraine in the war with Russia is vital. Now, Walz will be back in Battleground, Wisconsin tomorrow for a rally up in Superior. But for now, reporting live in Wausau, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
All right, Braden, thank you. Let's get a look at the first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is live at Ladies Night Karaoke in Evansville. What you singing out there, Alex? Oh, I'm so sorry. We seem to have lost Alex with some technical difficulties. We'll get back to weather in just a moment here. I'm sure he's having a great time.
Whatever he's singing.
Exactly. And as always, for all of your local weather information on the go, be sure to download our free First Warn Weather and Traffic app. It'll be available in all app stores. And we've seen big games at Camp Randall before, but tomorrow's against Alabama is highly anticipated, not just among fans, but also some business owners.
That's right. Our Ellie La Liberté was on Regent Street today and spoke to one business owner about how he's prepping for the big game.
Although this might just seem like a parking lot right now, the owner tells me it will transform into a sea of red and white tomorrow.
There's a certain thrill that comes with, managing to pull this all together.
Samuel Brown owns 3 businesses in Madison. For game day, he transforms the parking lot of Fabiola's and Leopold's to a tailgate. complete with a bar, grill, and of course, porta potties.
I expect it to be just absolute madness. I think there's a lot of curiosity as to what game day is going to look like when Alabama comes to town.
This game day will be unique for multiple reasons. The president of downtown Madison says game days are extremely important to the downtown economy. He says most home football games generate $19 million in revenue, but this one could hit above 25.
That results in a significant amount of jobs and economic impact for our entire community.
Game day is absolutely essential to the survival of a lot of the restaurants and bars down here on Regent Street.
And the prep includes booked hotels, ordering extra supplies, and a whole lot of staff.
And we've been talking about it for months. This was the one circled on the calendar.
It's an unbelievable number of people come together to make Badger Game Day a fun, exciting, and safe experience for everyone.
No matter who you're cheering on this Saturday, businesses like Browns are ready to go. And tomorrow I will keep you updated on all things game day, from the Badger fans to the Bama fans. But for now, reporting in Madison, Ellie LaLiberte, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thank you. Brown says he's expecting 1,000 people at his tailgate tomorrow.
And the Wisconsin Air National Guard will be adding some extra energy to tomorrow's big game. The 115th Fighter Wing is set to perform a low-level flyover over Camp Randall Stadium before kickoff. Those near the stadium and on Madison's west side can expect to hear and/or see a formation of F-35s overhead right before the game starts.
And staying at Camp Randall, fans should come prepared wearing the correct color for the 2024 Stripe-Out game. The map you're seeing here on your screen is pretty self-explanatory. Those who have tickets in the red section should wear red, and those in the white, you get the idea. The Badgers kick off tomorrow at 11.
All right, let's head back out to Evansville. I think we have Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. He was just too busy singing karaoke and couldn't join us earlier. Is that right, Alex?
That's right. That's right. Actually, Rob, the karaoke host, is getting warmed up here. We're live at Ladies' Night downtown Evansville, Wisconsin at the Allen Creek Coffee House. And the creek is actually just right over on the other side of our shot here. We've got food and beverage and live weather. So folks, come on down. Everyone's invited to Ladies' Night in Evansville. It gets started right now. Goes all the way till 9 o'clock at night. Temps right here, a nice warm, right around 80 degrees. There's a dry breeze coming through the trees right now. And that's a nice way to segue to planning your evening in Madison and in southern Wisconsin. Temperatures slipping down into the 70s by the end of the event here at the Allen Creek Coffee House. Temperatures are going to be right around 70 degrees overall tonight. Temperatures across the rest of southern Wisconsin, we got lower to middle 80s. Come on in. Come on in. Don't be shy. And the temperatures again very warm for this time of year. The humidity though is low, so it makes the evening quite a tolerable evening across the area. Our lows tonight are going to go down into the lower to the middle 60s across all of southern Wisconsin. Keep in mind, temperatures 80s now, lower to middle 60s overnight. That's what you would see in July and in August. But coming up in Maine Weather, we're going to interview the owner of the Allen Creek Coffee House, Tommy Hanna, and also let you know, what about precipitation, water this weekend? Will we have showers? I have the answers in a few moments. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Alex, thank you. And now to continuing coverage. We're getting a look inside an off-campus home in Madison that caught on fire Wednesday morning. The students living there have been displaced, telling us they've been staying with friends and family and are in the process of replacing their belongings. They spoke with us today about that process.
Yesterday was maybe harder than the day of the fire, just because you kind of get to see the aftermath, and then we're making these runs to just buy everything. We're going down the aisles, I need that, I need that. We don't have pillows, blankets, we have nothing. So I think that kind of made it surreal, that fact that we literally just had to buy our entire life again.
Madison police detectives are continuing to investigate the house fire as part of a larger investigation involving 2 other fires taking place within the same hour Wednesday morning.
And on to more local news. Madison police arrested 3 people last night following a fight at a downtown bar. Officers were called to the Paradise Lounge just after 11 p.m. for a report of 3 people involved in a fight. A 35-year-old man reported that a 29-year-old man pulled a knife on him. Both were then arrested. The 29-year-old man faces charges of disorderly conduct while armed, and the 35-year-old man faces charges of disorderly conduct. A 23-year-old woman was also arrested and faces charges of obstructing. Well, Urban Triage has announced it ran out of funding for rapid rehousing. The nonprofit says it can't take any more residents for that program, possibly impacting thousands in Dane County.
Tanisha Shaw sat down with the founder of Urban Triage on its next steps.
said, oh, we've run over, and we've run over by $100,000.
Urban Triage started operating as a nonprofit in 2020. They offer several resources for people in need. In late August, they posted this on their socials, saying they overspent their budget from the county by over $100,000.
Immediately sent email to the county, which is our contracting partner, to say, hey, we overspent in this contract by $100,000. We are out of funds for quick move-in funds. They responded and said, okay, sounds good. How would you like to do the communication?
Here's a quick breakdown. Dane County gave Urban Triage over $300,000 for the 2024 year. That averages about $3,000 per family. Brandy Grayson told me at the top of the year, till late August, they overspent this money, leaving them to pay over $100,000 outside of their budget.
I would say an average of 1,000 community members will not be able to get the services they need.
There are other resources for Dane County residents. Anyone can call 211 for housing resources at any time. Tonight at 6, I talk more with the founder of Urban Triage on how this happened. Reporting in Madison, Tanasia Shaw, News 3 Now.
Tanasia, thank you. And still ahead, Alex will be back with another full forecast from the Evansville Ladies Night Out Karaoke.
I'm jealous of him. Plus, a new look at some grants being awarded with an aim to boost internet access in Wisconsin.
A check on Wall Street, where numbers were in the green across the board today. The Dow Jones gained almost 300, NASDAQ up 115, the S&P 500 up more than 30. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, brought to you by Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning.
This shouldn't take too long, should it?
I'll have the unit up and running in a jiffy. Oh, sorry, I have to go to the shop. Sorry, I don't have that part either. Sorry, I don't have that part either.
But you said it would be quick. A fully stocked truck can make a huge difference. Call Cardinal.
Tammy Baldwin's partner is Maria Brisbane, a Wall Street wealth advisor to the ultra-rich. They spend their time in New York and D.C. in their multi-million-dollar homes. But Baldwin fails to report their jointly owned assets or Maria's clients, who get rich off industries that Tammy regulates. That's a conflict of interest raising serious ethical questions. Two-faced Tammy Baldwin. She's not for us anymore. Fix Washington PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Get an 11% rebate on your roofing project now at Menards. We have an unbeatable selection of Atlas shingles. Castlebrook, Briarwood, and Pinnacle all feature a limited lifetime warranty, up to 130 miles per hour wind warranty, and a super wide design for fast installation. Choose from 20 styles in stock, ready to take home today. Get an 11% rebate on all Atlas shingles right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Memories matter.
I think the biggest thing I got out of my service in Vietnam was a real sense of patriotism. I'm very proud of what I did. I fought for you, and I'd fight for you again.
This September 11th, we remember, and we never forget those who sacrificed everything for our freedoms. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service, and we know that your memories matter.
Finally, I can see the doctor I want because I made the switch to a Medicare supplement plan. When I had Medicare Advantage, I had to drop my primary care doctor and navigate confusing medical networks. I found a better way.
I was a Kamala Harris supporter. That changed after an illegal alien murdered my son, running him over, then driving back and forth over Drew's body 3 times. The man who killed my son had been arrested previously, but Kamala Harris let him go. As San Francisco's DA, Kamala was soft on crime. As a senator, she supported releasing criminal aliens back into our neighborhoods. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Coming up tonight at 6, Tim Walz is back in Wisconsin. We'll tell you what he said here in Wausau today.
Then we're digging into a local nonprofit facing a sudden funding crisis. How did this happen? We'll get answers from the founder tonight at 6.
It all comes down to the final drive. News 3 Now brings you the big play highlights and scores from Southern Wisconsin high school football action. Don't miss the final drive, Fridays on News 3 Now at 10.
Oh, my,
Well, let's get a look, and I can hear it at your first first floor forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington has that now. Hey, Alex.
Hey there, yes, live in Evansville, Ladies Night tonight. Hey, everybody, give a big wave here at Ladies Night, downtown Evansville. We're at the Allen Creek Coffee House. I'm joined by owner Tommy Hanna. Tommy, tell us, how did the coffee house come to be? Tell us about the history of your coffee house.
Alex, I came across this building. It's so beautiful, I couldn't resist. So it was an empty insurance building at the time, so my brother and I decided to turn it into a coffee house. So April of 2023, it's been a year and a half, and here we are.
So coffee, obviously coffee. Do you have other refreshments and so forth in your menu?
There's juices, there's brewed teas, there's specialty coffees, your mochas, your everything in between. We do breakfast, we do lunch, we do chocolate chip ice cream, we do freshly baked desserts.
Yeah,
just a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. I was just going to say it. Now, tonight is Ladies Night here in Evansville, and you're dressed for the part. What's the theme?
70s flower power. Groovy. What do you think?
Looks excellent. Unfortunately, I did not bring my flower power, but you're doing a great job at representing the theme for tonight. Now, we were talking earlier this week, and I said I'd put in an order for good weather for Evansville, and really for all of southern Wisconsin, so it panned out. So I'm going to do the weather now here live. Thanks again, Tommy, so much. Come on down again to Evansville for Ladies, and we got a whole big group coming in behind the camera here. Planning your evening here in Evansville right now. Temperatures are very close to that 80-degree mark, and it's a dry warmth. We don't have that humidity that we were experiencing just a few weeks ago. So as we go through the evening, as karaoke continues here, the show goes on, so to speak, until 9 o'clock tonight. About that time, temps will be right around 70 degrees. And when you join us for the 10 o'clock newscast, Blaze will be here. The temps will be back down into the 60s. We got Rob rocking and rolling behind here. That's the MC, the karaoke host behind me. 83 right now in Madison. We got a warm 84 in Lone Rock and 82 in Janesville. So again, it's that warm, dry feel out here with the breeze coming through the trees. It's a wonderful evening for festivities, not just here in Evansville, but for all of southern Wisconsin. Low temperatures tonight in the low to mid 60s, so a little bit warmer. We've been inching up day by day, our high temperatures and the low temperatures. Now you may be wondering, all right, water. We've been talking about that all week. The leftovers, the remnants of Francine. Will we get drops of rain this weekend? The chances are low. The best chance is going to be Saturday evening, but by the time we get from Saturday into Sunday into Monday, look at our rainfall estimates. Not a whole lot. Maybe 1/10 of an inch in Madison at most. 1/4 to 1/2 inch at most over portions of southwest Wisconsin. That's where I was mentioning we would probably be seeing the more appreciable amounts of water. As we carry forward through the rest of the 10-day period, look at that. 84, 84, 84. You're getting the picture. 84 is going to be the common high. Lows in the lower, occasionally middle 60s across southern Wisconsin with that next chance of rain holding off. Maybe not all the way until the following weekend. And even that chance is not looking that high. Time for little viewer photos. Get your phone out, scan that QR code in the upper end of the right-hand part of your screen there, and you can send us those weather photos, just like John did of the beautiful moon picture. I think I got another one here all lined up, too. Lisa, some cumulus clouds in the distance when one of our past weather systems was moving out of here. Thank you so much for sending us that weather photo. So again, here, folks, southern Wisconsin, I'm live in Evansville right now. For Ladies Night, you might want to get on the Beltline or go down Highway 14. What is our traffic like? Going pretty good. 50s to near 60 miles per hour, so a good speed limit. No incidents on the Beltline. It makes a great way to get right down here to Evansville if you're coming down on the interstate or if you're coming down on 12. Janesville, we're going at about 70 miles per hour, and that's about where we should be going. 70 miles per hour up in the Dells, I concur. 70 miles in the Dells. But in the studio, folks, back to you in just a moment, but I want to let folks know it's getting a little loud down here in Evansville, so if you don't have plans, come on down for Ladies Night in Evansville, Wisconsin.
Alex, you got to get up there and sing Purple Rain. That way you make it raining.
That's right, yes. Good suggestion.
All right, thank you so much, Alex. Have fun. And Governor Evers and the Public Service Commission announced today nearly $30 million in grant funding for 11 projects meant to allow more people to access the internet. The projects funded through the Digital Connectivity and Navigators program will allow over 50,000 households to receive a loan device and over 30,000 households to gain access to free Wi-Fi. One of the 11 awards was given to DaneNet Incorporated. The Madison-based nonprofit received just under $1.5 million to give devices and tech support to 2,000 households, specifically low income and seniors.
And in a statement, Evers says, quote, "I am proud that no administration in state history has done more to expand access to high-speed internet than we have." A full list of grant recipients can be found on channel3000.com.
And still ahead at 5, why workers at Boeing are trading in plane parts for picket signs.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Keeping tabs on our kids' screen time can be tough. So SSM Health and News 3 Now created the Time for Kids digital playbook. Join us for tips to help your family set rules and stay safe in the digital world by taking Time for Kids.
I'm not old enough to vote yet, but I learned how 1 out of 6 of us will someday be raped.
So please, think about me when you vote. I learned how our freedom to have an abortion was taken away.
Even in cases of rape or incest.
Even to travel to get an abortion.
You know who got rid of Roe v. Wade.
When you vote, please think about me.
Because the politician who got rid of Roe v. Wade,
he couldn't care less.
If your windows are leaky and drafty, it's possible they weren't installed properly. Many installers lack proper training, and shoddy installation leaves your home vulnerable to extreme weather. At Next Door & Window, we're reinventing window installation. Our approach ensures your windows are sealed tight and energy efficient. And your windows and doors will be installed by certified experts who treat your home as if it was their own. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
With Chevy trucks, be ready for adventure. With power you can count on. Capability that doesn't compromise. A hard-working EV with more range than any competitor and the potential to take you anywhere. It's Chevy truck season. Get 1.9% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Bidenomics is working.
It's not. ABC News proved it with charts.
It was under control
on
during
inflation,
the Trump administration, well below
gas,
$3 a gallon, 35%
and housing.
jump in home prices, folks.
Even CNN admits it.
When it comes to the economy, groceries were less expensive, housing was more affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says,
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Keeping tabs on our kids' screen time can be tough. So SSM Health and News 3 Now created the Time for Kids digital playbook. Join us for tips to help your family set rules and stay safe in the digital world by taking Time for Kids.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, it has been one crisis after another at Boeing, and now the company's first strike since 2008, affecting thousands of workers on the West Coast.
Chris Van Cleef is following the story from Phoenix, Arizona.
Boeing workers erupted in cheers when they heard the union had voted to strike. The vote passed by 96%, putting 33,000 West Coast machinists on the picket line.
This is about respect. This is about addressing the past, and this is about fighting for our future.
The walkout is expected to bring manufacturing to a halt in the Seattle area, the heart of Boeing's operations.
We deserve more.
We are doing the job that is required of us, and we need to be compensated fairly for doing so.
The union rejected the company's offer for a 25% wage increase over 4 years, a $3,000 lump sum payment, enhanced retirement plans, lower employee health care costs, plus 12 weeks of paid parental leave.
The longer this drags on, it also delays deliveries of airplanes that are already late to major customers like United and Southwest, and that disrupts their ability to run their business.
Boeing says it's disappointed, but working to restore trust with the union, and it's ready to get back to negotiations.
We're just looking forward to bring back some kind of consideration from our CEOs, recognize who's building these planes out here on the floor.
Machinists are pushing for a 40% pay increase, saying, unlike company executives, their wages have stagnated. For Boeing, the strike follows a series of crises with both airplanes and spacecraft. Its stock has plummeted, and the walkout could cost the company billions. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Phoenix.
A final check of your first sworn forecast over in Evansville when we return.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
This is a hallway. Doesn't evoke much feeling. But to those facing cancer or a complex condition, it feels like relief. Because all the doctors, treatments, and technology you've been fighting to find, they're all right here, under one roof, connected by hallways instead of highways. East Park Medical Center, coming soon. UW Health, remarkable.
Gas, groceries, school supplies, everything costs more. Eggs are almost twice as much as they were 4 years ago. Biden, Harris, and the Democrats keep telling us things are better. They aren't better. And Tammy Baldwin is making it worse. Raising taxes, running up debt, voting for spending that's driving inflation. 25 years in Washington and she's done nothing. It's time for a change.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
If you're looking for a new fence or deck, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. You'll get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off the installation or 60-month no-interest financing on your fence or deck. Scan the code to see if you qualify.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. At Fields, we have a great selection of Range Rovers, Defenders, and Discoveries. So, no matter how you'd like to visit, online or in person, we're here to provide you world-class service. And now is the best time to take advantage of a great offer like this.
For a limited time, get as low as 3.9% APR financing for up to 72 months on new 2024 Land Rover Defenders, Discovery Sports, Range Rover Volars, and Evokes at Land Rover Madison. Go to LandRoverMadison.com.
Okay, guys, we're all here because US Cellular has an incredible deal. Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah. It's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Did you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Introducing the new Sushi Lover Madison. All-you-can-eat sushi and hibachi at an amazing price. Now open at Westtown Mall for lunch or dinner. Be sure to try Sushi Lover Madison.
On this Friday night, with 53 days before the election, we break down the candidates' proposals to bolster the child tax credit. See how Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's proposals are different and what they could mean for your family and finances. Those headlines and much more on the CBS Evening News.
And tonight at 6, Urban Triage tells us funding for rapid housing has dried up. Tanisha Shaw sits down with their founder to see how we got here.
And some good news for those who like donuts. Tomorrow we celebrate National Cream-Filled Donut Day. While the most famous is obviously the Boston Cream, a delicious pastry filled with vanilla custard and chocolate glaze, there's an assortment of other cream-filled donuts you can enjoy. With fall right around the corner, maple cream might be your donut of choice.
Interesting. There's also orange cream, caramel cream, and even marshmallow cream. Cream-filled pastries have been around since the 1800s. People loved them then, just as they do now.
Oh, orange cream is a choice, that's for sure.
I know. I don't know about that one.
There we go. Let's head right to Alex over in Evansville for the final check of your forecast. What kind of donuts do you like, Alex?
Armand, southern Wisconsin. Come on down to Evansville. Beautiful evening. Temperatures right around 80 right now. They'll fall into the 70s with this nice breeze. A slight chance of a shower over the weekend. We'll catch you at our 6 o'clock newscast.